Good morning. Welcome to the 2022 Iowa Renewable Fuels Association Summit. I'm Devin Mogler, Senior Vice President for Government Affairs, Sustainability, and Communications with Green Plains, a leading ag tech firm focused on producing sustainable ingredients that matter. Green Plains has 11 ethanol plants in 6 states, including 2 right here in Iowa. Thank you for being here today, and isn't it great to be back together in person? I'm biased, but I think IRFA did one of the best virtual events in 2021, but I much prefer to see you all here face to face. While today is not the 20th Iowa Renewable Fuels Summit, it is the first event in 2022 where IRFA can highlight the 20th anniversary of our trade association. Founded in 2002, the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association was the first state-level group to represent both ethanol and biodiesel producers in Iowa. In honor of our 20th anniversary, IRFA will be using this special logo throughout the year. So much has happened over the last 20 years, and despite some challenges ahead, I believe the next 20 years will be just as exciting and full of opportunities and as impactful on Iowa and America as the last 20. Today, over 700 people from 25 states and nearly a dozen foreign countries will hear from exciting speakers on pivotal topics and will engage at yet another sold-out trade show. As president of the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association this year, it is my honor to recognize a few of our attendees. When it comes to biofuels, Iowa is very fortunate to have a united and supportive delegation in Washington, D.C. Today, we are joined by representatives for U.S. Senators Chuck Grassley and Joni Ernst, and U.S. Representative Marionette Miller Meeks. While I'm proud of the impact the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association is making, we are just a part of the effort. In addition to several state ag and biofuel groups here today, I'd like to recognize several national associations that work on issues impacting renewable fuels and the ag economy. They are the Clean Fuels Alliance America, still learning to call them that after they changed the name from National Biodiesel Board, Growth Energy, the Renewable Fuels Association, the American Coalition for Ethanol, the U.S. Grains Council, and the National Corn Growers Association. It takes a strong, united team to push for market access for biofuels and our co-products. So on behalf of IRFA, please join me in thanking these groups for everything they do for the renewable fuels industry. IRFA is blessed to have innovative and hardworking staff, but we also know that these staff have to be empowered by the board. I can tell you firsthand that IRFA members compete like crazy in the marketplace, but we also come together to collaborate and tackle issues that confront the industry as a whole. So I want to take a second to recognize my colleagues on the board of the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association. Please stand. Thank you for your time and dedication to our industry. But today is not a board meeting. The summit is our annual public-facing event where we get to engage with each of you on the latest issues impacting biofuels. We want anyone who is curious to be able to attend and learn. So we're proud that we can make this event easy and accessible to the public, free of charge. That is only possible, however, because of the generous sponsors that we have. And that is why it's important to take a moment to recognize them. Our gold sponsors this year are Baker Group, Barchart, CTE Global, Fluid Quip Technologies, Growth Energy, IFF, Iowa Corn Promotion Board, Chemin Biosolutions, Lallemand Biofuels and Distilled Spirits, Novozymes North America, Renewable Energy Group, Navigator CO2 Ventures, and Summit Carbon Solutions. Our silver sponsors for the year, 360 Energy Solutions, the American Coalition for Ethanol, Beta Tech Hop Products, Brown Winnick, Clean Fuels Alliance America, CoBank, Eco Energy, Eco Engineers, Energy Integration, Fagan Inc., Farm Credit Services of America, Growmark, H2O Innovation USA, Hush Blackwell, and ICM. We're also proud to partner with Biodiesel Magazine and Ethanol Producer Magazine to promote today's event. Without our sponsors, we could not keep the summit free to the public, and I believe they deserve a big round of applause. Please look for more information on these sponsors in your handout packets and stop by their booths in the trade show next door. I also want to recognize our exhibitors for the support of the summit. This sold-out trade show will be open all day, so please stop by and visit them. And while you're in the trade show, please stop by the IRFA booth to sign a letter thanking Governor Kim Reynolds for leading the fight to restore year-round E15. There is still much work to do, and we want her to know that we support her and appreciate all of her efforts. And all of you from Iowa are also encouraged to fill out postcards to your state reps and senators at the IRFA booth just outside the door to the trade show, supporting the Iowa biofuels legislation that will expand consumer access to E15 and B20. And one lucky person will win a $100 fuel card. Finally, for those of you active on social media, feel free to tweet about today's summit using the hashtag IRFA 2022. The Twitter handles for many speakers are also listed in the program guide on the agenda. To say that the last few years have been challenging ones for the biofuels industry would be an understatement. We've battled misinformation from the well-funded petroleum industry and fringe environmental groups. They seek to undercut our market access and the proven clean energy policy that has led to dramatic reductions in greenhouse gas emissions and dramatic increases in commodity values, land values, and investment in rural communities. We've battled COVID shutdowns that impacted demand for our renewable fuels, and battled politicians on both sides of the aisle who sought to undermine our critical role in producing sustainable fuels, feedstuffs, and feedstocks. We've battled droughts, polar vortexes that shut down plants, and logistic issues time and again. But this industry is resilient and innovative, evidenced by our still being here today, celebrating 2 decades as a trade association. As I mentioned earlier, I believe the next 2 decades will be filled with the same, if not more, innovation and excitement. The world is demanding that we continue to adapt and transform to meet consumer demands, and we are doing just that. Our industry is investing in carbon capture and other green technologies to further improve our carbon footprint. In Iowa alone, there are 3 proposed carbon pipelines underway, which can make the ethanol and other products we produce even greener than it already is today. We're also investing in value-added co-product production. Once an afterthought, renewable distillers corn oil is now a highly sought-after feedstock for further processing into low-carbon biodiesel, renewable diesel, and sustainable aviation fuel. This application creates another market for our farmer customers, adding even more value to their corn crop. We're investing in high-protein technology that can transform traditional dry distillers grains into sustainable, high-value feed ingredients, adding new revenue sources to offset uncertainty in the volatile commodity markets we're all too familiar with. These innovations can help dramatically lower our carbon footprint while increasing profitability, helping to ensure that this industry is not only alive, but thriving 20 years from now. There's a lot of buzz about electric vehicles, but we already have affordable clean energy solutions and the infrastructure to support them available right here, right now in Iowa. Today, a gallon of fuel ethanol has approximately 46% less greenhouse gas emissions than a gallon of gasoline. And with carbon capture, it's cut even further. Some studies have shown that driving a flex fuel vehicle fueled with E85 actually has a lower carbon footprint than purchasing a new Tesla. Our association staff and board work tirelessly to promote these benefits with consumers and lawmakers from the State House here in Des Moines to the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. We have a full slate of speakers who can address all these topics much more eloquently than I can. So without further ado, let's get on to the summit. Thank you again for being here.